All right, let's see. Are we live? Hello, hello. Welcome to 365 Days Live with New. I am actually on the ground today. I just finished working out. I finished meditating and reading my Bible. And then I was going to go further and deeper into my studying the Bible today, actually, because today just feels like a good day. I've been following Victoria Washington and her Bible studies, and every time she does her Bible studies, I never really have my Bible in front of me. So today I actually want to do that. I actually want to be more engaged in the actual Bible study and have my Bible out. Usually when I'm listening to her, I'm like walking or, doing something, cooking or something like that, washing dishes. So today I want to sit down and actually be a lot more present. But if I was going to do that, I feel like that would have taken me a long time and I would be like so distracted. So I want to come on here and chat with you and do my live and share with you what I have to share today. So I hope you are doing well. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are coming back, hello again. Welcome back to another day of live. And today's live is all about knowing yourself so well that no one can tell you who you're not and who you are. And I share that because that's my personal struggle in the past. If you don't have a problem with knowing yourself and not being influenced or affected by how other people see you or think about you, then you are amazing. You have probably done a lot of work, or you have had a very supportive childhood, and that is beautiful and that is wonderful. But for the rest of us, today's topic is going to be helpful in terms of why it's so important for us to know and understand ourselves, at least on a level, because I know, like, I'm starting to learn a lot more about God, and I'm starting to expose myself more to the Bible. And so everything that I share with you here is not going to replace that deeper knowing, that deeper relationship you have with God or the universe or whatever you do believe in. I'm talking about the knowing of on the human level, being a human, understanding yourself, you're human, and so that you can help yourself on a day to day basis. So, yeah, I used to, for a long, long time, I grew up not really focused on myself and not really encouraged to learn about what I like, what I don't like, what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Like from a young age, I was conditioned out of that. I was conditioned to ignore my emotions and how I feel about something, and doing what I don't want to do was really normal for me, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of my siblings as well. Is just this idea that we grow up and we, in a way, like do what our parents want us to do because they worked so hard to get us to the United States of America. Because I'm an immigrant, I came from Thailand, and even though I'm not Thai, like I was born in a refugee camp, I'm Hmong. And when we came here, we were still, my parents were still very scared because they just fled a war. And so when they were here, they were very protective, and we were really shielded. And we still lived as though we were in Thailand and Laos, where it was very community oriented, very everything was very communal. Your survival, your way of life was dependent on how other people saw you. And so a big part of my upbringing was catering to others and how others feel and making sure everyone else is taken care of. And of course, in hopes that other people will do the same for me, right? And so it depends on who you're around, but um, through many, many years of that, I lost a sense of what is true to me. I lost the sense of who I was. I lost a sense of what I enjoyed and what I didn't enjoy, and I kind of abandoned all all thoughts or aspirations of getting what I desire, because from a young age that was not a consideration, right? I considered what other people wanted, what my parents wanted, what my siblings wanted, and taking care of them, and um, so on and so forth. So through that compounding effect, for a long time, I didn't know who I was. I was functioning from a state of um, listening to what other people wanted from me, listening to how I appear to other people, and molding myself to fit what other people wanted me to fit, wanted me to be like. And that's so hard because everyone is so different. So every time, you know, I'm in one situation, I have to be a certain way, and then when I'm in a different situation, all of a sudden I have to be a separate, different way, and you're constantly molding yourself, and it gets tiring. And it got to a point. That's why I got into my journey of once I became a teacher, and I was teaching, and I was waking up every day, feeling out of alignment. But I got used to that. I felt like my whole life was out of alignment. So, um, like life at that point in my rule book of life was just hard. Life did not feel good. Life isn't meant to be easy. It wasn't meant to feel good, with the main two things that was in my mind. And so even when I woke up, I would go to work and I would feel the same way every single week for about 2 years. And honestly, it was hard. It was tough to walk away because it was scary. My intuition, and I believe God really needed me elsewhere, needed to show me a different path, needed me to go on a different journey. I was done doing what I needed to do, I guess, in the school district, and so I left. And ever since then, I've been on this journey of discovering myself, understanding myself, and understanding and getting to know what is beyond me, which is God and the universe. I started with the universe because I just couldn't really connect with God. Like, I guess there's a lot of negative associations with that. So I started with the universe and I started connecting with something outside of me and placing that faith in something outside of me. And that was really helpful because the stress, the pressure wasn't just all on me now. And I continued to learn more and more and more about myself. And the more I learned about myself, the more compassionate I became, the more forgiving I became. The more I learned about myself, the more I understood why I have pains when I do have pains, why I feel certain ways when I do certain things, and when I actually follow my intuition and my alignment, how I felt from that. And this whole journey, and when human design came into my life, everything kind of clicked for me. It was the one system that really got me to understand and take action on my intuition, and it led me to being a lot more brave than I could have been without the system. So, um, after doing a lot of like studying and understanding and experimenting with my human design, I I started realizing, wow, like with this awareness came a lot of power, a lot of personal power. Okay, so again, we're talking about personal power, the personal power of understanding that this is how I work. And I don't shame myself for being different than my sister or my brother or even Robert, my fiance, right? I don't shame myself anymore because I know that this is just who I am. And so that acceptance is so healing. And for everyone it takes something different, right? But for me, it took me understanding my human design chart and the energies that lie within my chart that allowed me to see the personal power, the power that came with the knowledge and the awareness of who I really am and how I operate. And of course, experimenting with that at first, I did not just take it for what it was. I definitely experimented. I questioned. I looked deeper. I tried different things. I asked questions because I wanted to make sure, like, is this? I I'm I'm not someone who reads something and just allows that thing to dictate my life. I'm definitely not like that. So I did a lot of work before I got to where I am, and trusting in a system, while trusting in God, and that like God has me on the faith aspect of like communicating to me through my sacral, so and guiding me in that way. But the understandings of how my energy works, how my sacral works, and how my energy works, and what stress does to me, and what having a defined spleen means when it comes to physical survival, and why I am so caring, and why I feel so responsible, for the people around me, and all that stuff like started to make so much sense. And from that place, when other people say things about me, or things that I should be like, I no longer get triggered, or yeah, I no longer get triggered, because I would used to get triggered because I would feel that tension of like, that's not who I am, but because of my people pleasing and my conditioning, I feel like I need to listen to you. I need what you say is true about me. So I gave my power away to people when they would share with me their opinion of me, and their opinion of how I should be living my life, and how I should be as a person. And I used to give power away begrudgingly, but I did. And with human design, I have really learned to take my power back, and to own my power, and to stand in my power, so that regardless of regardless of who that human being is, they don't know me, because I know who I am. And that is so much power. That is so, you are unstoppable when you stand so strong in who you are, and you understand and know why you do the things you do, and from what place you do them. And with that comes so much peace and freedom and liberation. And that's what I love. That's what I love about the system. And that is why I created, that's why I started doing human design readings. And of course, human design readings, is the beginning, the first step, the knowledge, right? Knowledge is potential power. And then step two is the coaching that I started offering. So I have a human design Telegram coaching, and that takes that knowledge and turns it into embodied wisdom. We are going to be using that knowledge for your personal power. And that is why I have also created this new human design program called Unlock Your Energetic Codes. Again, I have not even eaten, and I am burping. Like, this is the second day in a row, and this usually doesn't happen. So I think I'm gonna take that. Like, I think Catherine Zucchina used to have the same thing happen to her, where whenever she's sharing something really deep and true to her heart, or she's channeling something, downloading something from God, she burps. So I'm just gonna take that as the same thing that's happening to me right now, because I keep burping when I'm sharing this with you. So it must be a good sign. But where was I? Yeah, so Unlock Your Energetic Codes. We are starting Tuesday, and it is a group program. And you are going to be joining me on Telegram. And every week we will be going through different centers, and your energetic centers, as well as the gates within those centers. And you will learn what those centers and those gates are, but that's not the meat of the course, the program. The meat of the course is you coming in with your, I guess it's kind of like a group coaching program, because you're going to be coming in, asking questions, and giving examples, and really real life examples, struggles that you've had. And I, as the human design teacher slash coach mentor, will have a perspective on that through the lens of human design, through the lens of energetics and emotional intelligence, nervous system regulation, right? I'm going to take in a very holistic perspective on that, and coach you and mentor you, and really help you become oh, I just got an email from Robert. A text. I guess I was distracted. Yeah, it will help you really start to apply that knowledge into your life, so that you can become your authority. You can know yourself and own your power again, take back your power, and really know who you are, and stand strong and firm in that, so that it doesn't matter what other people say about you. Whatever they tell you that you should be or whatever they tell you that you should not be. This is such a beautiful way to, in a very loving way, to allow people to have their opinions but still stand strong and not be triggered by what they think and what their projections are, because you own who you are already and you love and accept yourself for who you are. So I wanted to come on and share that, and again, of course, share my program. It is going to be open for enrollment. It is open for enrollment, and we are starting Tuesday. If you join, if you are watching this video later than Tuesday, you can still join. You can join up until May, I believe. Yeah, the details will be revealed to you, but I will leave enrollment to be open for a few weeks afterwards, of course. So if you have any questions, depending on when you watch this live, just send me a message, send me a email if you are not on social media, and I will get you that link to sign up and join us. All right. So I hope to see you in Telegram in Unlock Your Energetic Codes. And that is it for today. I'm going to go and start my day, but I always, of course, love starting my day here and sharing what is on my heart in the morning. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.